What is up, YouTube? Okay, so I actually got permission from a YouTuber named Bearing to to use this video. So basically, I'm going to provide a commentary, but this video, I've already notified him that will be used in full context, so we'll have the video from start to finish. And I will provide my comments as we go. I have permission from Bearing. And Bearing, I'm going to send you this video. Hopefully you like how I've done this and how I've used your video. So thank you. By the way, everybody, I'm going to provide a link to Bearing's channel in the description. Go there, sub him up. The dude is fucking hilarious.
Hi YouTube, this is Cognitive Thought here, and I hope you're all having a great week. On today's show, we're going to be looking at a video uploaded by Glamour Magazine called...
Oh, and go sub up Cognitive Thought too. I found out about him through Bearing, and this dude's good as fuck too, so go sub them both up.
Confronting the Pay Gap, two sales executives compare salaries. Oh, and this is also going to be a video collaboration with Bearing.
Hey Cog, hey everyone. I too hope you're having a great week, but I must admit I do feel kind of obligated to say that because Cog said it. I mean, I kind of always assume it's a given that I hope you're having a great week. That's why I don't say it. I certainly don't hope you're having a cunt of a week. I mean, Cog, have you ever forgotten to say it and then had someone leave a comment saying something like, I knew it was going to be a tough week when Cog didn't say he hoped I was having a great week. That was Monday. It's now Friday. I've lost my job. I found out my wife was fucking my best mate and my brother. My dog got ran over, and I bit off a little bit of my fucking tongue last night while eating dinner.
Ooh, no spoilers, my friend.
You monster!
You ready for this?
Let's boogie.
Play the video. Well, that's not a totally misleading statement that completely avoids mentioning this is an average. Fucking hell.
So, I feel compelled to say, first off, at the 73 cents, the 79 cents, the 83 cents. First, anybody who knows anything about consensus data is going to know that consensus data is very inaccurate. It gives you a ballpark idea, but it's never the truth. Not fully. It's only available every 4 to 5 years, and I don't know if you know this, Bearing, but in the U.S., it's only available every 4 to 5 years. So right now, in 2017, we're basically wrapping up our consensus data for 2013. And what that 79 cents or any of the stuff like that, what you're going to see is those are aggregate numbers, meaning that those were an average between full-time working men and full-time working women. And it didn't take into account the field, the time in service or tenure, how long you've been there. And let's just say you have a man and a woman who've been doing the same job, the same amount of time it's been for 10 years or whatever. They started the same day, everything. On average, that woman will have taken somewhere around 2 to 3 weeks more off per year than the man has. So you average that out, over 10 years or so. That's a good probably 6, 7, 8 months. So naturally, and if you're in a job like me where you get raises every certain amount of hours you work, for every 10,000 hours you get a raise. That's how my company does it. Or not my company, but the company I work for. That's how they do it. So if you average that out, over 10 years or so, yeah, the female person who took more time off on average is going to make less than I do because of the amount of hours I put in. Anyway, Bearing's a lot funnier than I am. So let's listen to Bearing and Cognitive Thought.
I can't wait to see this.
So my name is Simi.
Look at this bloke, he's like Clark Kent, LGBT edition.
I'm 27 and I'm in enterprise sales. So I work with CIOs in about 9 states and try to move them to the cloud.
I'm Tony. I'm 28, and I'm in strategic sales in a software company where we work on marketing and brand strategy through their links.
Just to make a point, that is a younger black female putting her salary and job up against an older white male. Now, that will become important later in the video.
Wow, so these people have similar jobs at different companies. Now, speaking from experience, and I'm sure I'm not the only person to ever do this, but I've moved from one company to another based on the fact that the salary was more for the same duties.
Why did you agree to do this?
I know, that is a good question. The reason I really agreed to do this is because we never talk about minority women versus other women. Because there's a huge wage gap between men and women, but there's a wage gap between white women and women of color. And that's a conversation that doesn't get brought up a lot.
Seriously? That conversation is never brought up? My last video was literally on womanism that is essentially black feminism and has been around since 1989. Not to mention intersectional feminism exists too, that also talks on these issues.
Wait, womanism means black feminism? Fuck, feminists are confusing. Like, apparently white feminism doesn't mean white feminists, but it does somehow as well.
I don't necessarily want to be the one to be open and to share my salary and everything, but I think it's very important that, some women of color are included in this conversation.
It's awesome.
Oh my god, this fucking guy is awesome.
It's awesome.
Awesome.
Why did you agree?
I would self-identify as a feminist.
I like it.
Right?
And at that point, you lose every bit of fucking masculinity. This motherfucker, that's awesome. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Like, he's driving right down fucking Cuck Lane, and that's what the people that live on Cuck Lane look like. Him. And you'll see why I say that later in the video. That's awesome.
Wait, was he serious?
I think he was.
And how could I
Yeah.
get an opportunity to do this and say no?
I agree. How could you say no to this opportunity of making yourself look like a complete retard?
Do you feel like you're paid what you deserve?
Oof, that is so direct.
That's not direct. How much money do you earn is direct.
I definitely wouldn't complain about the amount of money I make. I think it's great, but I do know that a lot of my peers make more money than me, and I don't think that it's completely based on merit. So I guess the answer is no.
Don't tell me. You think you get paid less than your peers because of your race, even though that would be illegal.
What about you?
I think, generally speaking, I'm pretty okay in the short term. If I continue to get paid when I close the deals, what I expect to get paid,
Then
it's okay.
Look at the difference. She complains about her race affecting her salary, and he just says, yeah, my wage is okay. As long as I do my job and I get paid, no real complaints. And can anyone else see the submissive body language this man is demonstrating?
Feet and legs uncomfortably close together, hands together in lap, and back slightly arched. This man is subconsciously trying to occupy the least amount of space as possible. This is the closest you can get to hiding behind yourself.
Did you negotiate your
I did notice something, though. Her legs are slightly spread. Is she woman spreading? Because she looks like she's trying to take up some more space. I think she's woman spreading. That's what I think.
I did.
Okay.
I actually worked with a negotiation coach that worked very closely with women. She definitely helped me a lot.
Talk about fucking privilege.
Right?
You had a coach to teach you how to negotiate? Which means before when you said,
I do know that a lot of my peers make more money than me, and I don't think that it's completely based on merit. So I guess the answer is no.
You should have got a better
what
coach.
you mean is you don't think you're getting paid what you should because you didn't negotiate well enough, even though you had negotiation coaching prior to the interview.
Negotiation is a skill. Women aren't as comfortable bragging about themselves, putting themselves on a pedestal, or even being aggressive in general. And it's kind of something you need to do if you want to get what you want.
And so they gave you a number and you said no.
That's correct.
That's cool.
Holy sh!
Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready? To prove 100% that the gender pay gap is absolutely true.
Shit, the big reveal. You ready for this, Bearing?
I think so.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Boom.
Boom.
Ooh.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Curveball.
What should we say? I know, curveball on us.
So the black woman makes more than the white man by 20k.
Well, that kind of fucks up the narrative, doesn't it?
So, do you know what the pay gap is between white men and black women?
About 20k?
No, not at all.
No idea. Can you guess?
I don't even know.
It's about 66 cents to the dollar.
The fuck? Are we seriously pressing on with the whole black women's are oppressed thing after that?
66 is a huge difference.
You know what's an even bigger wage difference? 20k.
Right?
Seriously,
Exactly.
this self-proclaimed feminist guy has come here, shown he earns less than this.
So yeah, that's right. Cognitive thought. That is absolutely true. So here's the deal. So now not only, does he earn less than her, but she's going to continue to guilt him, to shame him, basically. Oh, well, we're still oppressed. Yeah, you're so fucking oppressed that you make $20,000 a year more than he does for similar jobs at similar companies. We're still going to push the fucking now it's 66 narrative. Oh my God. She she didn't just get on the fucking short bus. She drove that bitch. She was the fucking captain of it. Holy fuck.
Woman, and he still has to sit through her bullshit rhetoric
Right?
of how black women earn less than white men. It's fucking wrong.
What do you think explains why this case defies the pay gap?
My assumption is that if you don't know your value relative,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to demand it.
Yeah.
And that's why, I wanted to be here to shine a light.
Yeah, but you didn't shine a light. All you've done is show that a black woman in a similar field to your own, with the ability to negotiate well, can earn a better salary than a white man. You've literally proved that this isn't down to racial or gender repression, as the wage gap is just based on an average. Not to mention that there are less black people than white people in the US, but that's just another variable people like these two gloss over.
I remember when I was younger, my mom took a huge pay cut to leave a job that she hated, and I think it affected me in a way.
Hold on. Did he just say that his mum took a huge pay cut because she left a job that she hated?
Right?
What the fuck?
Exactly.
How is that oppression against women?
She
And not
chose-
his mother making a personal decision to leave based on her own delicate sensibilities.
I really do care both about how I feel
Yeah.
in the role.
Oh, here come the feelings.
Bearing did a video of a TED Talks where Bearing, you nailed it right on the head. You hit the nail on the head with that big lady, the one that said, "Oh, I am the elephant in the room." Trust me, Bearing, I fucking binge watch your videos, dude. You're funny as shit. And you said in the video where the lady says about how they feel in their body, Fuck your feelings. Fuck how you feel. What are the facts? The facts that we see here is that the younger black woman makes $20,000 a year more than the older white male. And you're of equivalent in age. It's not like you're like she's older than you by, 10 or 15 years. She's 27, you're 28. You're right in the same age group. You've probably been at your jobs for similar amounts of time. Yeah. But she's going to continue to shame you. She's going to continue to push this fucking narrative, 66 cents to the dollar now. And you're going to talk, and you're going to get into feeling and identity politics and be PC with this fucking woman who's still sitting here with a smug fucking look on her face, looking right across the street, or right across at the biggest fucking mangina that she has ever met. And you are still going to continue to kiss her ass, and not only kiss it, but wipe it after she shits for her, man. after the whole narrative, the entire fucking reason on why you came to do this video just got disproved. Just saying, man. You're looking like a bitch right now.
But also making sure that the way I'm compensated makes me feel the way I want to feel also. But I'm not sure that's the case for everyone. What do you think?
I think there are a lot of factors that are at play in terms of women of color specifically and men, why their salaries are so different. I think there might be disparities in terms of education, and there are financial issues. Maybe they can't afford to go to a very expensive private school, for example.
Realise all this is coming from this dumb cunt who can afford a fucking coach to teach her how to negotiate her salary during an interview.
Thank you.
And her example of racial disparity is not being able to afford a private school.
Right.
Like this doesn't apply to white people.
I think there are lots of other reasons, especially in the corporate world. For example, I'm the only Black female on my team in North America, right? And that's pretty normal for me, throughout my career, to be the only one or maybe one of two maximum. For example, I get different reactions depending on what I do with my hair.
What?
So if I, put my hair in braids, or if I wear my hair in an afro, that kind of changes the reaction I get when I go in for an interview.
Well, no shit, your appearance during an interview can have an effect on the interview. It's the reason I don't go to interviews with a Liberty Spike Mohican.
In my experience, I have to come in and really change the whole...
I don't care how much of a feminist this pansy thinks he is. There's no way he's not sitting there thinking, bitch, you're taking home 20k more than I am for the same job, and you've got the gall to sit there pissing and moaning about not being able to wear braids or an afro to work? Fuck you! You know what types of hairstyle I'm allowed to have at work? Short, neat and tidy, or fuck off and find a new job.
Perception of Black women to start, and then I can kind of start taking more steps forward. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Absolutely.
Oh, really? It absolutely makes sense, does it? Please, explain.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway is there are so many things I don't have to think about.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You can say that again.
It's crazy.
Indeed it is crazy. You may say these are the things that you don't have to think about, but the truth is, neither does she. She has the wage that she negotiated, and she had coaching prior to the interview. But because her peers negotiated a higher wage and earn more, she feels racially discriminated against, which also means she's technically accusing some of her colleagues of being racist.
What about this experience surprised you the most?
So I'm aware enough to know that I have been afforded a lot of opportunities.
I find this guy to be incredibly cringy. In the way he says all of this, like the woman sat across from him hasn't been afforded a lot of opportunities, even though she's earning more than him. In fact, if she's had less opportunities and he's had more opportunities and is still earning less than she is, it shows that not all opportunities are equal, doesn't it?
What I think has shown up the most for me so far is just how much of a mental burden I don't have to carry.
Says the guy brimming with white guilt.
That's surprising because I fancy myself thoughtful and modern enough to be aware.
Yeah.
It's really crazy how much I miss.
Wow. What surprised me the most is the exact opposite of what you just said. I think you are, I guess, quote unquote woke is the word.
Fucking woke. Jesus Christ. She had to say it, didn't she?
Maybe you don't know everything, but you do, know enough and you understand and you're open-minded enough to
let your brain fall out.
Kind of listen and
believe.
And get it. And I think that's super positive, and that's why more of these conversations should happen.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
Cool. Love it.
God, that was total cringe, but there's still a final point to be made by this video. So, thanks for clarifying at the end that two people aren't a scientific sample and that Glamour don't believe that the pay disparity exists. Brilliant.
Yeah, there was literally no point to their fucking video. Nothing. Pansy gets humiliated by Whinger. The end.
Well, I've got nothing else to say on this shit video, but on another note, thank you, Bearing, for doing this collaboration video with me. Any final words on it, dude?
Thanks for doing this collaboration video with me. It's been a while coming. Looking forward to the next one. Cheers, mate. Give me better times. Give me better times.
better times. Sunshine. Give me better times. 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 Give me better times.
Now, I let that video, and by the way, y'all, I'm going to let you see the title of this video. You should look at this shit, too. Oh, no, I guess it didn't. Okay, there you go.
Many people conflate veganism
Nope,
with...
that's not. Here we go. Anyway, sorry about that. You guys should definitely go over to Bearing's channel, and I should say, go over to his, I believe, wife, or if not, at least girlfriend, fiance, significant other, I should say. Sugar Tits. Subscribe to her. Subscribe to Bearing. Funny channels. And Bearing, thank you for allowing me to use this video. As anyone can see, I'm definitely not as good with making videos as you are, but I do appreciate the fact that you're such a big YouTuber, allowing me to go through and use your video. And like I said in the email that I sent you before, I'm in no way looking to piggyback off your subscribers or anything. I just felt like the way that you guys covered this video offered a lot of comedic value to the video and to the topic, the gender pay gap. Because I am so tired of hearing about this shit. But the way that you guys presented it was a funny way that people could, watch this. So thank you for allowing me to use your video. I'm just a small little channel. You're 408,000 subscribers, and I don't even have 1,000. I will say to everybody, don't believe the critics of Bearing. Go to Bearing's channel and hear things for himself, because if you YouTube the name Bearing, you're going to hear people say a bunch of stuff. I'd recommend that you don't listen to them, or at least, go to Bearing's channel and get information from both sides. But either way, that's not what this video is about. Once again, Bearing, thank you very much. And maybe you'll see this video. I'll send it to you in an email or something, and maybe you'll see it. And I just hope that you like the way that I used your video. But thank you for allowing me to use it. And with that said, guys, we're going to end this video. Comment, rate, or you can't rate. What the fuck? You haven't been able to rate for years. Comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your input. I know John F. McDropout. I know you're going to watch this. I know it. Later. You guys have a good night.